wasn't working. It has that it was having an exception. For example, actually never mind. Well, I'll ask it later if it really bothers me. Thank you.
It got an exception, like an error exception? Okay, you can ask later if you want. Okay, who's up next? Oh, did we want to go back to?
Oh, sorry. I thought. Okay, I'm sorry. I wanted to reply. Okay, never mind.
Okay. Kwong, do you get this? Oh, there we go. Okay.
Can anyone see my screen right now?
Yeah.
Okay. So for the extra credit program, I choose to do tic-tac-toe game, and now I can show you how it runs. And in the main method, I use scanner method to get inputs from both players. And for the board, there's going to be 9 integers. And for the turn, it starts with X, which you can turn into something if you want. And for the string winner, I just put in null at first because check winner comes right in the while loop. And in the for statement from integer 0 to 9, board A is equal to string value of A plus 1. Since I can show you in the print board method, the board numbers are only from 0 to 8. So, but in the console, it's going to be between 1 to 9. So this is what makes turn into that. And after that, I use system.out_print to welcome the players and which player is going to be the first player. And in the while loop, so I use scanner method to get number input, and to make sure that the player only put in between 1 to 9, I put try catch block to make sure that the program doesn't stop running if they put anything higher than 9 or lower than 0. And for after that, the if statement for number input -1 equal to string value of number input. So that for number input -1 will be equal to the turn. And if the first turn is equal to X, then the turn will go to Y. And after that, it comes the print board and the check winner method, which I have up here. This is the print board method, which I use system.out.print to get 3 rows, 3 columns. And to check for the winner, I use switch statement. And I put in 8 cases to make sure that if we get 3s in a row from any of the player, it will print out X or Y is the winner. So if the line is equal to X, 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 it will return X, and Y, 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 it will return Y. And or if it's not equal to 3 in a row, it will return draw. And this is the message to make sure whose turn is it to play. And for the winners, I put in BDN. If the winner is equal to, in our case, draw, it will say it's a draw and have a nice day, or it's gonna be congrats winner who's at 1, play another round. So I can run the program, and this will start with welcome to 3 times 3 tic-tac-toe. I put in number 1. Does anyone want to play, or should I keep putting in number?
Yeah, sure, I'll do that.
5, 5, 5.
5? Mm, who wanna put in a number? Like
3. Thanks.
6.
Okay, I think I'm 4. So I have 1. So this is my tic-tac-toe. Does anyone have any questions?
Okay, cool. Thanks for sharing that. I think is there one more left to go?
It say I have no permission to share screen. Oh, right now I can. Okay. So can you all see my screen?
Yep.
Yeah, and I do something similar to the previous one, but instead of 2 players, I make a kind of like an AI, but it's like random, like putting in a random position. But yeah, I think the game board setup is pretty similar, but I just really first thing I set up is print out a game board. So I create a method, and for my main method, I don't need really much complicated code. So I just put a line here, and here's my game board method. And then the second thing I set up is the placement. So it's basically setting up when you are a player, you place a position, then you taken the place of X, and computer take on O. So, and then the position, basically I just set up those 9 block, and with with its equal to symbol, and every time you place a position, you just break out of the root. And for check winner, I just try to detect any possibility of win, either player or AI win. And for win condition, so I use the contents method to kind of like search the list. So, and actually there is a bug I can run and show you, but I can't really solve the bug. So when the first time I enter a number, let's say 5, and it actually, the first time it doesn't place anything, but when I click the second time, it shows. I'm not sure. I can't see any problem with my loot, but yeah, I just need to enter number multiple times.
Can you show the very beginning of the loop, or go up to the top?
Here.
Where do you prompt for the input?
Choose the block you wanna place.
So then you entered 5, and then what? Did it prompt you a second time, or you entered 5 twice?
I need to enter 5 twice to place the actual. I think it's something wrong here with the loop. Yeah, and another noticeable thing is when you set up a random position for AI, you actually need to detect if like don't let the AI place somewhere you already place. So yeah, that is the code I missed. And I know how to do that, but I just miss it. But basically you just need to set something like when the AI place somewhere or you already taken places, you just throw out a message that shows. Oh, for AI, you don't need to show any message. You just try to let AI try to place another placement so it doesn't overtake your placement. Yeah, and I can show you if I win the game or computer win the game. Yeah, so I place 4. Yeah, I just need to enter number twice. I don't know why. Yeah, then I win.
But you enter it twice, but then does it go 2 turns or just 1 turn with the number you
It's
entered?
just 1 turn.
Oh, that's weird. I don't know. Where you have line 26, int player position equals scan dot next int. I'd almost be curious if you first initialize that to like 0 or something, and then
I
said,
think system in does that initialize. I think the problem might be my initial setup for position is a blank. Like, I think here, it might be the reason.
Yeah, I think
if I set up as a X for initial symbol, will
Yeah.
that work?
I think it does have something to do with the initial value.
So if I place 5, no, it's still, I don't know. I think it's because of the loop, but yeah.
You could try a do while loop, see if that fixes it.
You mean here?
Yeah, make that do, and then
How
and then
to
after,
do
at the end
that?
of it while.
How to do while loop?
That just becomes do curly brace, and then that while condition moves to the end of it.
Oh, you
And then
mean?
after the ending curly brace, it becomes while dot.
Sorry, I like before while. You mean dual?
The format's like do, and then you start the curly brace, and then
Oh,
the while
do well
the while condition
and
moves to the end.
brackets. Oh, so I put bracket here. And then here.
No, the while moves to the end of the loop. So it's just do curly brace.
Oh, okay.
Blah blah blah, and then
Do
after the ending curly brace while that condition.
so I put while here. Sorry, I'm kind of confusing.
I can send you an example. We don't have to fix it right now.
Okay. Yeah, thank you.
Okay, thanks. Okay, is there anyone else that has code to present that hasn't gone yet?
Can you hear me?
Yeah,
Can I go next?
sure.
Okay.
You're it's a little quiet, but I can hear you.
I can't find Java here. share the screen. Can you see my screen right now?
Yeah.
Okay. So I basically did almost same thing. I did the tic-tac-toe, but to here I made a game board, and it looks almost exactly same as he did, but I have I made a column. I mean 3 row and 3 column, and if I draw that, there's a center, so it's actually 7 row, and each item has 7 symbols. I don't know what should I call 7 character. So that's the game board, and every time when player or a random computer puts the horse I call, it should be there. And first time I made a method just printing this game board, which is down here. So it's a for loop, and the first one is the row, and the second one is what's in that each row. A second, now we want to I mean the player and the computer is going to put the horse here. So here is the code, the main method, and player is going to just enter which place does the player want to enter, and I just did here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and even though it is 1 to 9 for us, in that what is it, array, the location is 1 1 because it starts from 0 to 6. So if the location is 1, the game board would be 1 1, and so on. So that's the code, if code, and we can use this for both user and the random computer. So if we run this, takes a while to load. So that's how my game board looks like. So if the user puts 1, that's actually a computer. So the user located X here. Then every turn, the computer also puts the horse or rock. And we don't want the computer to put where the user already did, so I made the random, and to prevent like computer putting where already user did, I made the while here off. So while the player arrangement is actually name are all like similar, so it's kind of confusing, but so if the player's arrangement like is same as computer location, or the computer arrangement has the computer location, the computer finds the other spot where it's already is not full. So to do that here, okay, after that, this is line to find where to check if there's a winner. So this is a list of all of the case where there can be a winner. And so 1, 2, 3 is like here. 1, 2, 3 is I mean the top row just filled up, and so on. And this is like I added all of those winning arrangements into the list. And so if the player arrangement is both for player and computer, but if there's any case that arrangement is from the list, then the player wins, and else then computer wins. And we also wanted, I also made when it's a tie, and to make that number of player arrangements and computer arrangement would be equal to 9, because it's 9 space. So then I made it, it's a tie. So this basically all of the code, and we can I'll try just 1 or 2 games. So computer located at 9, and if I do 3, I win. And this time I'll try to make computer win or tie. 2, 4, 5. Okay, so now if I put at 9, it would say it's a tie. I mean, I can try case for computer winning, but it's basically the same thing. So I'll stop here. Thank you.
I have a question.
Oh yeah.
So when you place your last position, is that doesn't show on the board?
Oh yeah, it doesn't show. I mean, it just knows that now all 9 space are full, so it just
Oh,
says
okay.
it's a tie, and it didn't end because the arrangement wasn't in the list. So yeah, but it doesn't show that it's full. Maybe I can try doing that, but yeah. Any more questions? Okay, I'm done.
All right, thanks for saying that. Oh, can you upload that to Canvas too? I don't think I saw that on Canvas.
So you want me to upload the code on Canvas?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, thank you. So
Thanks.
do I upload at the assignment that was due maybe like yesterday, or
The extra credit assignment.
okay.
Let me see if the deadline's passed. I can extend it. Let's see. But I think it's still open.
Okay, I'll try right now.
Yeah, it's still open.
Okay.
Okay. And so that's is there anyone else that has code to present? It's everyone, right? So I have one quick article to share really quickly, and then that's it for today, and I can stay on and answer questions. So my niece was telling me about this. It's kind of funny. So my niece, she went to my sister has 3 daughters, and I get them all confused. She went to Wittenberg College or University, somewhere back east, and majored in like photography, and has kind of done different jobs, ad hoc. Now, has anyone heard of the site OutSchool?
It came up a while back. I don't quite remember what it was.
So, I mean, this is interesting. I think this could be, you guys could potentially do this for teaching or tutoring. So she teaches photography classes on this platform. And I don't know a lot about it, but you basically schedule your own classes and they accept, I don't know, 10 more students in each class. And I guess it's primarily for kids. It says 3 to 18. I can't imagine teaching 3-year-olds over Zoom, but I don't know. I guess they do it. But she teaches photography classes to like 12-year-old kids. And she makes over $100,000 a year doing this. And she's just like a couple years out of college. And I think the teachers on this keep 70% of the earnings and this company keeps 30%. And I looked up a couple classes. I have no desire to do this, I mean, myself, just for different reasons. And in fact, I looked up some of the examples on here and it doesn't look, the courses don't look that expensive and it doesn't look like the instructors would get paid that much. But at the same time, so there's really no limit to like the number of classes you could teach. But I bring this up because this is for kids, basically at the level that all you guys are at now, you could probably teach like a, you know, intro to Java programming for 7th graders class. And honestly, I've seen some classes for like, you know, summer day camp for Minecraft. Some of these were they were in person, some of them, but they have like summer camp classes from Minecraft programming, or it could be intro to programming and they're using, you know, Snap, the drag and drop graphical tool. But there is no shortage of, you know, affluent East Side families that have 3 kids or just looking for anything to put the kids in, you know, summer, that will pay hundreds or thousands of dollars for those sorts of classes. So I don't know much about this. I looked into it. It looks like the teachers totally decide everything. They set the number of classes, they set the schedule, they decide how many kids will be in the class. I think they might even set the price. And it's all online. So I'd rather, you know, teach what I'm doing now. This is not my day job. So, but I'm just saying, like, because this is teaching kids, I would say now or after you complete CS211, you would totally have enough Java knowledge to teach like an elementary aged group of kids. And it doesn't even need to be intro to Java. It could just be intro to programming in general. And, you know, that kind of class, you could spend a couple classes just on computers in general, the difference between software and hardware, the general process of programming. And then, you know, kids, I mean, programs and you'd be halfway through the course. So this is the kind of stuff too, where, you know, you're not reporting to work 9 to 5 in a skyscraper downtown Seattle for better or worse. But at the end of the day, it's technically a job. And then even as you go interview somewhere, you can say, well, I taught computer science classes, blah, 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 right? So I'm just saying this might be worth looking into.
Yeah, that looks really cool to
yeah, or
something.
even, yeah, and there's also tutoring. There's a lot of tutors out there where you could tutor totally this level class or lower. And there's the Academic Success Center at Bellevue College, but there's also like private tutors. And some of those guys are expensive. They might charge 50 or more bucks an hour for private tutoring. So with computer science, a lot of out there beyond, you know, flipping burgers and making lattes and stuff. So it's totally worth looking into. But this is outschool.com if you want to look it up. I can put this in the chat too. And again, I don't know a lot about it, but it's definitely, my niece is definitely doing well with it. Where did my chat window go? It's totally disappeared. There it is. Okay, so that's all I have for today. So for Thursday, I'll offer a general review. That will start at 6:30, not 5:30. It's 6:30, probably go about maybe an hour or a little more than an hour. And I'll just provide a general review for the final exam, which is next week. And then I can stay on now if people had, I know a few people had questions too.
Thank you.
All right, thanks. Have a good week.
Thank you.
Professor